All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI.
Right, double honors to the apostles of great Millstone that rule well, and sincere citation to Aki pushing the truth and sincerity. Right, today we want to go into the spirit of prophecy and how the men of the Lord prophesy, and that's what the men at Great Millstone do, starting with the apostles on down. We've been given the spirit of the Lord, which is what the spirit of prophecy. Because we're supposed to warn the people, man. That's what our job is, to be disciples and followers of the Lord, is to warn the people about the coming destruction, about the danger, and to compel, our people, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are that hopeful elect, to come in, man, because great disaster and destruction is coming upon those who are disobedient to Yahawah, YAHAWAHSHI, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right. So with that, we're going to start with the book of Revelation.
This is Revelation 19:10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of YAHAWAHSHI. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of YAHAWAHSHI is the spirit of prophecy.
That's right. That's right. So the angel told John the Revelator, hey, don't worship me. I'm one of your fellow brethren, man. So that that was to show you that we're also angels, like it says in the book of Jude, trapped into these bodies, man. These everlasting chains. So we're in these chains of darkness right here on the earth. But at one time, we were in a heavenly state. But we are messengers, man. We're angels, man. All right. So even the angels know that we're brothers. You know what I'm saying? So that's a heavy calling. So with that being said, we're supposed to be occupied in prophecies and be teaching this word and be sounding that trumpet. If you want to run that last part back, brother, you can do it. So 139.
Revelation 19:10. And the brethren of thy brethren that have the testimony of YAHAWAHSHI, worship the Most High, for the testimony of YAHAWAHSHI is the spirit of prophecy.
Come, and the spirit of prophecy is to foretell, things that are coming. All right, and that's current events. That's martial law. You know what I mean? And the mark of the beast, which is the RFID. You know what I mean? Race wars, famines. Okay, and different things that are written in the scriptures that are prophecy. All right. I got this real quick. This is the book of Sirach 39:1. It says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy." All right. So if you're in this knowledge and this truth, your job is to be occupied in the law, which is the whole scriptures, man, the whole role, and be occupied in what? Prophecies, foretelling the future, admonishing, you know what I mean? The body, you know what I mean? And teaching, this knowledge, especially what is to come on the earth, man. That's an important thing, to warn the people, man. You know what I mean? That's a great responsibility, and that's real love right there when you admonish, what I'm saying, your fellow brethren about what's to come before it happens. Right?
Because every current event, all the events that are going on throughout the whole world, man, we have to filter them through the scriptures, and break it down to show the people that what the scriptures talked about is being fulfilled day by day, man. Because the Apostle to Hard Point is the year of prophecy, man. So, and we're seeing prophecy popping off left and right, man. Not that long ago, man, in Maryland, they're trying to implement this microchip to make it forceful on the people, man, make it mandatory, And we have all kinds of prophecy popping off throughout the world. Like, there's a lot of issues right now in Russia, which we're gonna get into, and but pretty much like the brother was saying, man, our lot is to prophesy. This is Revelation 10 and 11, because all the men that wrote these books, man, through the reincarnation, they're back here, man. And so it reads Revelation 10 and 11, and he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many people and nations and tongues and kings. And through the Spirit, man, the John the Revelator is here again, man. It's probably one of the men out there in Great Millstone, or one of the brothers, probably he's doing what he did in his lot in the ancient world. He's doing it again, man, prophesying, because that's the major theme that that we're supposed to do, just prophesy the downfall of this kingdom and the coming of our Lord YAHWAHSHI, man.
Oh, I got one, bro. This is Exodus 4:15. It says, "Thou shalt speak unto him and put words in his mouth." And that's what the Most High does to the brothers on the highways and byways, man. We have the words of YAHWAHSHI in our mouths, and we have it through the scriptures, man. Because that's the way it's always been done since ancient times. And the scriptures say that the Most High changes not, man. I'm gonna keep on going. "And I will be with thy mouth, and with his mouth, and I will teach you what ye shall do." That's exactly what's going on now. We've been talking about the apostles and others, a great millstone, man. You know what to do, how to act. You know how to bring forth these scriptures out, man. Because there's a certain way you got to bring forth these scriptures, man. And the men of GMS, they do it correctly. That's why we're able to get into prophecies. That's why we're able to, like the brother said, man, filter current events through the scriptures, man. Because if you have that spiritual eye, man, if you have that prophetic eye, so to speak, that prophetic ear, so to speak, you'll be able to watch news programs and read news articles, and you'll be able to filter them through the scriptures, man. You'll see the scriptures basically coming to life, man. And I'm gonna keep on going. And it says, "And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people, and he shall be able to be to thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of a power," man. Because hey, the Most High is not gonna come down into you on a magic carpet and tell you what's up, man. You know, whatever, you got these people out here, oh, the Lord revealed this unto me, the Lord revealed that unto me. Hey, all things have been revealed through the scriptures, man. You know? So there ain't no secret revelations given to whatever, man. Like these false churches out here, man. Like say a book of Mormon, for instance, man. That what's that dude, John Smith? Yes, yeah. He said angel came down, told them all this bullshit, what they call the Book of Mormon, but that's just a book of bullshit, man. Hey, the scripture said that there should be no mate for this book, man. So we know that that's a lie right there, man. And all these other Jehovah wickedness and all these other false prophets, man. Hey, they are not the true prophets of the Most High, man. The true prophets of the Most High, like the book said, the prophets reincarnated and are standing in their lot to this day, and they're prophesying the doctrine that the Most High gave unto them. And that doctrine so happens to be the doctrine that Great Millstone teaches, man. You got something, brother?
If I may, real quick, now we started out with Revelation 19:10, the spirit of prophecy, right? All right, YAHWAHSHI is the spirit of prophecy. I looked at that word prophecy in the blue letter, and it says a discourse emanating from divine inspiration, right? So it's the spirit of the Lord that gives us what? That divine inspiration. We're inspired to speak what? Divinely, these words. And declaring the purposes of the Most High, right? It's the Lord who puts the spirit of us to declare the purposes of the Lord, whether by reproving and admonishing the wicked, all right? Telling 2/3 of our people, hey, there's a famine coming. There's going to be martial law. They're going to be heading people in these camps, all right? The prophets are going to be doing this. The Lord's giving them the spirit. So this is spiritual, but a lot of people, most 2/3 of our people they don't receive it. It says, whether reproving and admonishing the wicked, or comforting the afflicted. So we also comfort, those brothers who are going through things. We also, uplift them, build them up. It says, or revealing things hidden, especially by foretelling future events. So that's what we do. We're telling the people, man, there's going to be a World War III. There's going to be martial law. The RFID chip is the mark of the beast. Whereas you got, other camps like the brothers going into, other camps that what? They're not admonishing the people anything, man. You're not telling them, telling them, hey, it's good things coming. You know what I'm saying? It's live it up in America. All you're a Hebrew Israelite and that's it. But no, man, we're admonishing our people, telling our people, hey, you know what? Hey, the Lord's inspiring us. It's the Lord that put us in this lot to tell the people and foretelling hidden things. There's a lot of people in the world, they live in a little box. They don't know what's happening. They don't know what's coming down the road,
Let me say something real quick, brother. And the definition of the brother gave prophecy, or just most they're all the things that we discuss in the highways and byways, man. They're all the things that we bring out. We fit that definition, man. So what does that mean? Us men at Great Millstone, we are the prophets of the Lord, man, because we fit the description that the brother brought out for prophecy was. So if you're questioning who God's 100% truth, saying that if you have that, like I said, if you have that spiritual ear, then you know that the doctrine of great millstone is the correct doctrine, man. And there is nothing that can match it because it was given directly from YAHAWAHSHI to the elders, man. From Apostle to heart on down, man. That's one, brother.
Yeah, this is Ezekiel 3:1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And that roll is the scriptures, this holy book, man. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. Because when you first come into this understanding, man, everything you listen to is sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee into the house of Israel and speak with my words unto them. Because, yes, when we're out there, we do curse Esau out and we do, get on all these heathen nations. For our main goal at the highways and byways is to bring back the elect, man, the elect of the nation of Israel, man. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. Not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee. And that's going on, man. When we're at camp, the tribes pass by, man, and they just wag their hand at us, like, yeah, these crazy ass niggas and spits, they don't know shit. How are they gonna tell me what's coming? How do they know that the US is gonna go into World War III? How do they know what the mark of the beast is? Everything that we talk to them, they take it as a joke, man, and that's a clear sign of who the nation of Israel is, man.
Hey, y'all, they don't even believe the news that's being brought out, man. Because if you look at the spirit of the people, all the information is out there on the media about the collapse of the dollar, about Russian nuclear missiles, and you see these people, they going about their goddamn business like ain't nothing gonna fucking happen to them, man. They're in that spirit of delusion, man. They're in that spirit of mirth and folly, where they're thinking that that's the news. But they're thinking this shit's gonna continue on forever, man. Like the scripture says, man. And the inward thought is that the house shall continue forever. Roughly paraphrase, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, you don't even believe your own news, man. You 2/3 of you heathens. So you walk past us when we're out in the highways and byways, man. Because the only thing that's on your fucking mind is having a good time. You know what I'm saying? And you see the men of the Lord, and once in a while you see somebody walk up and they raise their fist or whatever, man. And you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so what? You raise your fist, okay, good for you. What does that mean? But you're not stopping to listen, because it's not for you to listen, man. Because you ain't the elect, man. Most likely you're not the elect, man. Because if you had that spiritual ear, you would stop and wonder why these men were out here on these funny garments on, man. These funny clothes, man. Why are these blacks and Mexicans, together for? What's their purpose? Why are they holding these signs? Your mind doesn't inquire to that, man, because you're not seeking after the Lord, man. In order to get this truth, you got to be seeking for it. In order to be seeking for it, you got to be led by the Most High to get it, man. And that's also prophecy too, man. You got something there?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
This is keeping going I'm gonna jump to Ezekiel 3:17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman into the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me, because that's what we're giving you, man. Warning. We're gonna later in the lesson, we're gonna bring up all these articles of current events that are going on throughout the world, man. Because the drums of war are ringing hard, man. Them drums of war's ready, man. And it's a time of war. Not just the spiritual war we're fighting out, but the time of that World War III, man, that last war that's coming to the whole earth, and hand in hand, everything's gonna be going on. The RFID chip, the martial law, and ultimately the coming of our Lord YAHAWAHSHI, man, when He cracks the skies with them chariots, I read, therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me, because we're wiping our blood from our hands, man, because that's one of the commandments that the Most High said, go wash your hands whether they hear or forbear, Verse 18, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked ways, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked ways he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul. And that's what we're seeking to do, man, deliver our souls. That's what we're laboring, going through daily events, reading news, keeping up with the algorithm of the whole world, how things are going on, how things are being played out, we keep up with the dollar, we keep up with the prices, how the dollar's standing next to all these other nations' monies, all these other nations' currencies, man, because all the other nations are ready to push their own currency to bring down the dollar, man, because they're tired of the will of having to deal with the will of America, man, that one-sided deal, because America always gets that one-sided deal because their currencies was reigning supreme throughout the whole world. But it's about to change, man. It's about to change because the yuan, the petro yuan is about to be unleashed, man, and that's just gonna fuck up the whole economy of the U.S., man. And once the whole economy of the U.S. is fucked up, what's their next step? It's been done time after time, man. Every time when the U.S. when someone tries to fuck with the dollar, they go to war, man, and that's what we're looking for that war, for them to go to war. And hey, man, that's a big indicator of this war that's gonna go on, man. That currency, because most wars are fought because of currency and for money.
Mm-hmm. And war is a money making business for Esau, man, because the scripture said that he's going to live by the sword. So he's going to get his gain from war. And that's exactly what he does when you see these skirmishes out here, man, and you see these events taking place. But Esau, he finances both sides of the war, man. He'll sell weapons and supplies and commodities to both sides of the war, man, because he gets his gain by the war, man. Like that's why Scripture says, "Blessed is the sword, by the sword he shall live." That's how he's going to get his gain, man. That's another prophecy, man, to tell you who the so-called wicked of the world is, man, and that's the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we'll say it again, man. It's a so-called white man. You white people, man. The majority of you white people are Edomites. There might be some confusion in the face out there, that look like white people, because the scripture say that you will be scattered among all the nations of the earth. But the scripture said that you Edomites, you descendants of Esau, who was born red all hairy, you were born red and hairy like a garment, red because your blood shows forth your skin, that you are the wicked of the earth, man. And a lot of you can't take that pill, man. A lot of you can't swallow that pill. That's why you become against the men of the Lord. You got something, brother?
Yeah, and we're not talking about you fucking white redneck fucking Edomites, man. We're talking about the elite, you fucking elites, man. The ones that have the true power, the kings of your people, man. And it starts off with the Rothschilds, the House of Red Baron. This is a quote, because I have said that it's all about money, man. Because these fucking elites understand the power of the money, man, and ultimately they're controlling everything, man. Through the spirit of BAHASHAM, he's working with them because they deal with the Satan, with the spiritual demon Satan, man. But they don't know that the spiritual demon Satan is controlled by YAHWAH, man. So whatever Satan does is because Yahweh gave him that order to do, man. This is Nathan Rothschild, man. This is a quote that he said, man. I care not what puppet is placed upon the throne of England to rule the empire on which the sun never sets. The man who controls Britain's money supply controls the British Empire, and I control the British money supply. So that's pretty much telling you how these fucking devils work with, man. They don't care about these fucking Trump. They don't care about none of the presidents, man. What they care about is the money, because the money, like the saying says, man, money talks, money speaks, And and China doing the things they're doing, man, they're gonna fuck with that money, man. So it's gonna create war, man. There's no way. There's no other way of it to how do you say?
There's no other outcome, huh?
Yeah, there's no exactly. That's the word.
There's no other outcome. There's no other option. You know why? Because it's all written in the scripture. It's prophecy, man.
I got a precept.
Oh yeah, brother.
This is the book of Psalm 73, and I'm gonna start at 5. It says, "They are not in trouble as other men." Going back to what the brother was talking about, these Rothschilds, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in trouble as other men, man. Because these men, man, you Rothschilds, Esau, the so-called white man, they're the top banking elites. They're white, man. The Rothschilds, they own banks. They print the money. The Federal Reserve and these banks that print money and control the money, man. They're federal. They can't be touched, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna run it back. So you know these guys, man, these Rothschilds, man, they don't, they're not in need like other people, man. These people have been in the trillions back in the 1800s, man. There is no quantity, there's no some amount of money they got. It's innumerable, man.
Yeah.
This is Psalm 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment, right? Going back to what they start wars, you know what I'm saying? Violence covered them as a garment, so they're all full of violence, man. That's what the so-called white man is, man. You know, he's a violent man, all right? He's not in trouble like other people. You know, white people, they actually live good in this life. They're happy. You know what I mean? We're at camp, you know what I'm saying? You saw these Edomites, they're just smiling. They're not like, you know, Jake, man. Like you blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, man. You know, we didn't check the check, man.
Yeah.
We might save a little bit of money, man, but we're not like them. You know, their white skin gives them a badge to do whatever they want, man. They're not plagued like other men.
Hey, they call it white privilege right up.
That's right.
They ain't under the curses, man. We're under the curses, but the curses pretty soon are gonna change. It's gonna be like that movie Trading Places, man.
That's right.
Everything's gonna be a big ass swap, man. The curses are gonna go on you, fucking devils, even worse than we get it,
It's
man.
gonna be a complete 360, man, of how these curses are gonna go, man.
It says, their eyes found out with fatness, they had more than heart could wish. These devils have more than heart could wish, man. You know what I'm saying? Brother was bringing it out before a while back. He said they don't even walk on the earth, man. They just travel in airplanes from rooftop to rooftop of buildings, man. They're like the most. They want to be like the most high. Like they're too good to be seen on the earth, man. They're like, you know, they dwell up in buildings. They live in lofts. You know what I mean? They like living in their skyscrapers, and you know they have the best of cars and women and clothes and food. You know, they got bunkers underneath the earth, man. They have more than heart could wish. You know, they have more than they could ever want, man.
There's the blessing too, you know, the blessing is that they should have the fatness of the earth, man. So and it's being fulfilled. These fucking Edomites, they live in the best places, like the brother was saying, man, in the whole fucking world, man. You know?
I got one real quick. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 41, verse 6. It says, the inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, man. And you know what that's talking about? You know, like the brother said, these elites of the elites, man. These two-gooders, man. You know, they walking on air, so to speak. You know, they got riches, they got women, money, they got the best clothes, everything, man. Everything that they have is of high quality, like the Lord also said, a fatness of the earth. But the Most High is going to shut all that shit down, man, because He's going to bring His people back to power, man. You know, right now one of the curses for not obeying our power, you know, but the Most High set it up where we're gonna get all that back. I'm gonna read that again. It says, Ecclesiastes 41:6, the inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. The children will complain of ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for his sake. You know, so you Edomites, you're gonna pay for what you so-called white people, you're gonna pay for what your forefathers did. And your kingdom that you're so comfortable being in at this moment is crumbling right before your fucking eyes, man. All you gotta do is open the news, man. Your own people say that, man. Your own newscasters and educated scholars, man, they constantly talking about how America is in a rapid state of decline, man. And like the brother always said, it's circling the drain, man. You know.
I got the scripture.
Go ahead, brother.
Like we were bringing up, man, you know, because it's prophecy, man, that just like we're drinking off that fucking mix of that cup that the Most High has given us for our wickedness, man, that cup is gonna pass to you fucking Rothschilds and you fucking Edomites, man. You know, this is Psalm 75:7. But the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and set up with another. And He's about to put you fucking Edomites out, man. You fucking Rothschilds, and set up the children of Israel over you motherfuckers, man. This is verse 8. For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and He poureth out the same. But the dregs thereof, and the dregs is like, it's like when you have a beer, man, and the last part of that beer, man, is the most bitter part of the whole beer, right?
Hey, what do they call us, pelos?
It's like the saliva.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
that shit, man.
Nobody drink that shit.
No one drinks that shit, but check it out, man. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall bring them out and drink them. So you fucking Edomites, man. Yeah, we drank like you could say the easier part, because when the Most High passes that cup to you, man, you're gonna drink the worst of the worst, man. Hey, man, we're the children of Israel. We're the children of the Most High. You best believe if we caught it how we caught it, you motherfuckers are gonna catch it way, way, way fucking worse, man. 9 verse, but I will declare forever, I will sing praises of the power of Jacob. All the horns of the wicked also will I cut off, but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted. And that's what's going to happen, man.
I got something right here. Now, we know that, you so-called Edomites, man, we know that, you white people, man, we know that you guys are the wicked, man. All right, you guys control the earth. You guys control the world. The scriptures say, Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Now, the thing about it is that whenever a country does not want to go along with, the elite's plans, he becomes an enemy, man. Now, I got this image right here, and I'm just gonna read it. It says, the reason why the Rothschilds don't like Vladimir Putin, man. The scriptures also speak about Vladimir Putin, being the Medes, it's going to be, one of the key enemies to destroy America. And this prophecy is written in the book of Ezekiel. All right, so I just wanted to read this real quick, man. It says, Vladimir Putin, he ended the Rothschilds' control over Russia by nationalizing the Russian centralized bank. So what he did was he got rid of the Rothschilds out of his country by making the bank, making it belonging to Russia, man. He pushed them out, because nobody really wants to mess with Russia, man. You know what I'm saying? Russia don't even want to destroy America, but what? The Lord's going to put that spirit upon them. You know what I'm saying? Put them hooks in their jaws, like it says, and they're gonna have to do it, man. You know what I mean? He banned GMOs, right? Because that's what America does, right? They fabricate seeds, make fake crops, just give it to the people, and it's bad for you, man. It's fake food. You know what I'm saying? So he got rid of that fake food. He banned GMOs and created a currency to compete against the dollar. That dollar, that Rothschilds, America's Rothschilds bitch, man. That American dollar. You know what I mean? That controls the earth. You know what I'm saying? He these countries are making up different types of currency to isolate the United States dollar and get rid of them out of the picture, man. They don't want to be involved in the U.S. anymore, and that's how you know that the United States power is going down, it's declining. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on. You got enemies of Babylon, which is prophetic. Okay, the United States is Babylon. All right. So all these things are happening. It's all prophecy and it's all written in the scriptures. But we have to come out here and proclaim, because see, Vladimir Putin, man, he's an enemy, man. But in reality, you know what I'm saying? If you really look at it, he's kind of like the Lord's using him, you know what I'm saying, to expose America, because he's talking really bad about America, calling the Americans satanic pedophiles when they, that Pizzagate got uncovered. You know what I mean? They're trying to isolate the dollar. They don't want GMOs in their country. You know what I mean? They don't want to be, having America steal their allies' oil and whatnot, But I got this right here. This is the book of James 4, Salakia 5. This is, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. Right? Because you guys are getting poorer by the minute. With China also making the UN a petrodollar, they ousted out the American dollar. You know what I mean? And Russia's in league with them. You know what I'm saying? These countries are in league with getting America out of the way. So their garments are moth-eaten, and you rich men are getting poor, man. The United States is going to get broke pretty soon, man. It says your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. Ye shall eat your flesh as it were fire, yet heap treasure together for the last days, man. So these are the last days that you guys are going to be amounting all this surplus of money, man. Because the scripture, matter of fact, I was reading that Donald Trump, he got America in the biggest debt ever.
I read the last time I read it was like a 22 trillion, but like I learned this from the apostle. He said that you gotta think of all that liquidized assets, all that that Medicare, all the healthcare, all that debt that they're gonna inherit is over $200 trillion, man. They got too much debt, This is, look, just check this out, man. this is the past 15 days, going into what the brother was saying, man, that this fucking country is done, the things that once kept it going don't keep it going no more, man. Because at one point America was where the Industrial Revolution was born, man, where everything was created, everything was American made. In the 50s, everything was American made. But that at this time in history, man, everything's made in China, everything's made in Mexico, everything's made in every other country but here, man, because these fucking Americans are lazy, man.
Yep.
Check this out. Though. The past 15 days, Toys R Us liquidating. Claire's plans bankruptcy. Best Buy closing 257 stores.
Wow.
K. Jarrett Zales closing 200 stores. Ann Taylor and Company closing 400 stores. Foot Locker closing 110 stores.
Damn.
Mattress Firm closing 175 stores.
Damn.
Buy Low Win Dixie closing 94 stores.
Wow.
A&F closing 60. The Walking Company bankruptcy, and we've been seeing this for the past 10 years. Everything's been fucking closing, man. Every I remember fucking JC Penney when it closed, man. You don't even see that shit no more. You don't see none of those Hallmark American icon stores anymore because they're all fucking closing, man.
Come on, man, because Esau's age of prosperity is over with, man. Your time in the sun to shine, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, rapid decline. Like the brother was getting on Putin, he's talking shit about Americans, but hey, well, Putin's a goddamn Edomite too, man. And he's gonna be destroyed by the Most High too. But the Most High, what he's doing is he's making a house to body against itself, man. I give you that scripture, right? Matthew 12.
Matthew 12:25.
Yeah.
And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto him, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
Every kingdom divided against itself brought to desolation. So the kingdom of the Edomites, or your so-called white people, is getting brought to desolation, man. And you can see it happening right before your eyes. Go ahead.
And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand.
Shall not stand, man. Keep on going.
And if Satan casts out Satan,
And so the devil, the adversary, because Satan is adversary. So the adversary casts out the adversary. What? We'll keep on going.
he is divided against himself.
He is divided against himself.
How shall then his kingdom stand?
How shall his kingdom stand, man? That's the question that Yahawashi asked. You know what the answer is? His kingdom shall not stand. The cup's going to be, like the brother said, the cup is going to be passed over, man. And
I got a piece of it.
go ahead, brother.
Going back to what the brother Mark was saying about, these stores closing, because that's what's going on, man. That's what you're seeing, man. You're seeing, Esau, these elites, they're all fighting for power, man. You know what I'm saying? They're divided against each other, so it ain't gonna stand, man. And also, going back, also, you go to the malls out here in Phoenix, Arizona, man. There's a lot of empty space, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of empty space, man. You got malls that were once, booming, and were always popping and had people coming through to buy clothes and whatnot. You got clothes companies, they're not there anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Matter of fact, at that big mall down here with Metro, they put a Walmart right in they put the Walmart smack dab in the middle, man. So that basically is letting you know right there that if you really need something, go to the Walmart. Don't even go inside the mall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This is Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you see, man. Grinders. What's that? Laborers. Commerce, industry. These big name brand stores, man. They're ceasing. Their labors are ceasing because they are few. And those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low, man. So the grinding is it's ceasing, man. These are things that are coming to America, man. This place is rapidly declining,
That's it, man. Hey, and that's prophecy, though. And that shows the decline of a society, man. Once there's no more work, what are the people going to do, man? They're going to start rioting, and that martial law is going to ensue, man. Once people don't got work, don't got something to feed their kids, man, that's when shit pops off, man. And that's what these fucking elites are doing it on purpose, man. They want this shit to fucking pop off. You know, because if they wanted to, they could boost up the economy. But everything's in the elite have this thing called the Georgia Guidestone, man, in which they want to reduce the population of the world to 500 million. So they're trying to kill off almost 6.5 billion people, man. And one of the best ways to do it is war, pestilence, and famine, man. You know, and them doing all this because this is the how you say, this is like the world center, man. Everybody wanted to come to America. Everybody wants to come to America because this is a land where you come make money, man. You can come make that money. Well, pretty soon that's just gonna end, man. And that's prophesy, you know. When the missiles hit, the merchants of the world are gonna lament because they're not gonna be able to make that money here in America anymore, man.
That's not right. This is you know, and Donald Dump is what I like to call him. You know, this red face, red ass Edomite, man. He got his new reform in the United States, man, where he wants to cut SNAP, man. He wants to cut the food stamps, and he's giving out what he's calling a harvest box. All right. This is let's see. The title is from Politico.com. Trump pitches plan to replace food stamps with food boxes. It says the Trump administration is proposing to save billions in the coming years by giving low-income families a box of government-picked. The government's picking your food now. You know what I'm saying? Whereas when you had that EBT card, that food stamp, SNAP benefits, whatever you want to call it, when you had that EBT card, you go and use it like a debit at the store. But now the government's going to pick your food now, man. They're going to tell you what to eat now.
And like that, bro. You know when them people have that EBT, bro, they be stacking up their fucking card like a motherfucker and all the good shit. They be eating some good shit, man. You know?
Hey, they be eating better than I motherfucker eat, man.
You know what? What you cannot buy with money, you can buy with food stamps. You can't buy that $15 steak. You know what I'm saying? You can't buy that expensive sauces and cheese and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
You can get the fucking Oreos. You don't gotta get that store brand shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's real. It's real. So I'm not gonna read too much on it, but I just want to read a little bit of it. It says low-income families a box of government-picked non-perishable foods every month instead of food stamps. All right, and I'm gonna go down. It says the proposal buried Salaki. It says the Department of Agriculture is calling America's Harvest Box. That package will be made up of 100% U.S. grown and produced food and will include items like shelf-stable milk, whatever that means, peanut butter, canned fruits and meats, and cereal. All right. So the point is, man. The point is that Donald Trump is pulling out all stops, man. You know what I'm saying? These Edomites are showing their ass, man. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to save money because they see that their economy is going down, man. They see that the other countries are against them. You know what I mean? They see that the powers that be, you know, YAHAWAHSHI is basically making their goals crumble, man. All right? So, you know, that's like a dictatorship, man. That's like they have in Cuba, man. In Cuba, you had to go to them and give them a piece of paper that they give you food. So, but America's doing that. So we like in a low level dictatorship now, man.
And man, that's gearing up for that martial law, man. That time with Jacob's trouble, you know, it's all gearing up for it, man. And I got this Second Ezra 16, and I'll start at 31. Even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword, because it's gonna get so bad, man, with that food that people are gonna be robbing each other, stealing, and going into their neighbors' houses, stealing from their neighbors, man, stealing that food. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old. And that's going into what's going on, man, because you gotta create it in your spiritual mind, man. Every store, like I just read, man, a bunch of stores closing. You know, those are the fields, man. They're closing up. There's not gonna be no more, because everybody in America gets their food where? At the supermarket, man. And it's well known fact that those supermarkets have a 3-day supply, man. In 3 days, if they don't resupply those fucking those markets, hey, that's it, man. They're gonna get them food. And that brother from out there in LA, that brother used to say that he's a trucker, man. He used to say, man, hey, man, if the trucks stop coming, this whole shit, America stops, man. There's not gonna be no more food coming in, because no one grows nothing in America, man. Everything's brought in by trucks, you know. So once that shit stops, man, hey, man, That's why this place is destined for to be destroyed, man. Because everything is wrong about it. It's built so wrong, you know. You know, no one produces their own food. No one grows their own food. Everything's brought in by trucks, you know. So hey, man, once a pocket nuke could go on, and that's it for this fucking country, man. You know the martial law is instituted automatically right there, man.
And you know what? It's not gonna take much, like the brother said, man. Like the brother said, you know, you got only a 3 day supply of food. You know, in these supermarkets, in these grocery markets, man. You take that away, and I guarantee you, man, people are gonna start getting desperate because, hey, you motherfuckers out there, you're so used to eating goddamn 3 times a day, man. You know, you can't go 2 hours without being fucking hungry. You know, once them creature comforts are taken away from you, then you're gonna turn into some nasty motherfuckers, some low down, dirty, thieving, killing ass motherfuckers, man. You're gonna be killing your own goddamn neighbors, man. You know, and you got all these major cities out there. You know, where the fuck you gonna get food at when the truck don't come? You know, and you got a farm. The nearest farm probably be like what 100 miles away. You know, so where you fuck you gonna get food at, man? It ain't gonna come, and that's when you're gonna start rioting. That's when you start killing each other. That's when you're gonna start fulfilling the prophecies that read this book about famine and martial law and all that other stuff, man. And you know where comes that? It's going to the ship. You know what I'm saying? And all the things that the scriptures talk about are coming to pass. They're going to become real. Look it up.
I got a precept. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 16 and 24. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. So, you know, to till the earth means to, you know, to farm it, man, basically, you know. There's not going to be no man to till the earth. Hey, there's not going to be no work, man. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be no gas, no water, you know. These are the things that the Lord's going to bring upon the earth to destroy this place, to destroy the wicked. You know, wait, let me see. 1 second real quick. I'm going to get this real quick. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 48. Thou hast followed her, that is 49. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death. So that's what the Lord's going to visit the world with: poverty, famine, sword, pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. To what? Destroy the wicked of the earth, man, with destruction and death. And then we'll go back to 2nd Ezra 16 and 24. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. Right, that goes into the famine. All right, it says the tree shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? There's gonna be so much chaos, so much sword and famine and poverty. Hey, nobody's gonna sit there and be like, hey man, let me go, you know, pick all these tomatoes, or let me go gather all these grapes, or let me go pick all this corn and get this cotton. You know what I mean? It's gonna be, you know, this place is spiritually going down. Plagues, you know, pestilence. That's the diseases. You know what I mean? And different types of bugs and stuff like that are gonna come upon the earth, man. It says, and I'm gonna jump to the 2nd Ezra 15 and 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So in the midst of, you know, these plagues, man's not going to have no pity on his neighbor, man. He's going to spoil their houses, which what? Come in and rob their houses, man, because there's going to be lack of bread, man. You know what I'm saying?
I got something to I'm bringing out more about the brother speaking right here. Chapter 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Hey man, because you know you guys may say, oh well, you guys are gonna be going through the same shit we're gonna go through. To a certain extent, we are, man. We're gonna feel the time of Jacob's trouble too, man, because that's the hour of temptation to test our souls if we are worthy of YAHAWAHSHI, man. But the scriptures also say, man, that his elect shall eat, man. His elect shall drink. His elect shall laugh at your calamity, man. You know. So it reads, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And the Most High is going to bring this through Esau, you Edomites, man, you elite. Man, think about it. All the water we get, man, Esau could just shut that shit up and you're not going to get no more water, man. No tap water, nothing. Same thing with electricity, man. They could just shut down the whole power grid. There's no electricity, man. What's going to happen? People are going to go crazy, man. Fucking crazy, man. And it reads on, for the wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled. Because it's at that time already, man, that everything that the Most High said that shall be done to us, man, to pay that punishment it's already fulfilled, man. So that, because what's the greatest sign, man? The elect are we pray that we are the hopeful elect, but the elect are bad, man, because the elect are out there, man. They are out there, and Lord willing, we are part of the number, man. That gets that shield from all these calamities that are gonna start coming to the world, not just to us, but to us in our household.
Come on, man, like the brother was saying, man, that you look and you say, well, you're gonna be out there in that calamity too, man. But like the brother said, hey, those that have hope and trust in the Lord, they're gonna make it through that. And with that, I got Psalm 33 and 18. It says, behold, the eye of the Most High is upon them that fear Him, upon them that hope in His mercy. And that's what us brothers are trying to be, those men, those righteous men. Hopefully, those elect, man. I'm gonna keep on going to deliver their soul from death and keep them alive in famine, man. Hey, so that's scripture right there, man. Hey, that's the hope of the men of the Lord, man. And we're trying to get under the protection and grace and mercy of the Most High, man. And we know in order to do that, we gotta do this work. We gotta suffer for Him, man. We gotta sacrifice for Him. We gotta turn our back to this world, to serve our power, man. To show our power, YAHAWAHSHI, that we are sincere in doing this work. We put our hands to the plow, man, and we ain't looking back. Most High willing, man. None of us look back. Most High willing, none of us take their hand off the plow. Most High willing, the Most High gives us that spirit to continue on and endure to the end, because the scripture says, he that endures to the end, the same shall be saved, man.
And the scriptures also say the beginning of fear is how does that scripture go? The beginning of wisdom is the beginning of fear. When you fear, you come to the understanding, like, man, all these even Esdras, he was like, how shall I be saved? How shall anyone be saved from the shit that's gonna start happening throughout the whole world, man? All this calamity that the Most High is gonna start bringing, man. It makes you think, like, damn, man. Like, I remember when I used to read it when I first came in, man. I was like, damn, that's scary, and it is scary, man. So you with understanding, you get that knowledge and you start understanding, like, hey, man, there ain't really nothing that you could do or not do. You just gotta fight the good fight, like the scriptures say, man. Fight the good fight, and hope that you are part of the elect, man, and have faith, and keep, try to build yourself up as much as possible, in a day-to-day basis, man.
Come, put on the elect, brother.
I wanted to bring this out real quick, man. It says, because, through the Spirit, like, we've been talking, man, it is a scary thing, man, to die of hunger, to die of thirst, or, to be burned up by the nuclear missiles. So that's why you have to fear the Heavenly Father. But you're seeing, like the brother says, man, those that hope for the mercy of the Lord and wait and follow the commandments, man, they're not gonna hunger and thirst, man. But, in Michigan, the Flint water crisis began in 2014, all right, and we're in what, 2018. That's going on roughly 4 years, man, where they have brown water. That's spiritual, man. Just like how when Moses, through the Spirit of the Lord, turned the waters to blood, man, in Egypt, for the wickedness of Pharaoh, and not letting the Israelites go. So, we see this as prophetic, man. We see these things like, how do these people not have clean water for 4 years? How could this be, man? These are spiritual things, man. The scriptures say that the wicked is going to go through this, man. You know what I'm saying? So we pray and we hope, that, us doing this work, that we not be those, that are going to suffer like that. But, if your brother's got something, you got a scripture.
Yeah, that's spiritual thing, though, because one of the plagues that's gonna come is that wormwood that the Most High is gonna pour on the water, man, so that you can't drink it. It's gonna be sour, And hey, man, that's why you gotta keep your head on these scriptures, man. This is the knowledge, this is the comfort, this is the truth, and this is what's gonna keep you from that day of trouble if you are a part of that number, man.
This is the Second Ezra chapter 9. Let's see. Where's the scripture at? Salaki, which one? This is Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 9. Then shall they be in a pitiful case which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast him away despitefully shall dwell in torments. All right, those are who turn back, take off their hand from this plow, and they that have, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. And that's what's going to happen, man, when, if you take your hand off this plow, man, you're going to learn it by death by pain, man. There's a scripture that speaks about they shall die by thirst. I can't find it right now, but go ahead, brother.
Come ain't late. But you know what? This truth ain't a cakewalk, man. You 2/3 and you heathens, you're gonna catch a lot of hell, but we're catching our hell right now, man. So most High willing, when YAHAWAHSHI comes back, he will show us that mercy. And with that, get that scripture.
2 Timothy 3:12.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, and all that will live godly in Mashiach YAHAWAHSHI shall suffer persecution.
Hey, all that will live godly, all that's gonna do this truth the correct and right way shall suffer persecution, man. Hey, so that's letting you know, man. Hey, you come into the truth, you will suffer persecution. You will catch hell, man. You will be an outcast among your family members, among your workplace. Saying you will go through that fire. But the thing is that these men of the Lord, we're us trying to be men of the Lord to the best of our ability. We're choosing to get that hell right now, man. We're not choosing, the Most High called us to do this, but we're hoping that we catch that hell now, so that we don't gotta catch it later, man. We don't get that judgment that you 2/3 of you Edomites are gonna get, man. Because we know that the prophecies are coming to pass, man, and we know there's a great judgment coming upon this country that you call America, that the scriptures call Babylon the Great. We know this, and we have faith and believe that all the things that the scriptures talk about are going to come to pass, man. You got something?
I got something.
Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Job, chapter 5. I'm going to start at 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Right, so in famine he shall redeem thee from death. So when there's a famine, you're not going to die, man. And when there's war, the Lord's going to deliver the elect from the power of the sword. From power of what? Being killed, being shot, or stabbed or beheaded. We know some brothers are going to fall, be martyrs to prove their worthiness, but there's going to be some men that are going to be saved, without seeing death. It says, Job 5:21, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth.
I got a scripture. I got 2 scriptures. This is 2 Ezra 8 and 50. For many great mysteries shall be done to them that in the latter times shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And that's all you fucking that goes hand in hand with your 2/3 and your fucking heathen nations, man. Starting with Esau, man, because Esau is the most proudful fucking individual in the whole fucking world, man. And great mysteries are gonna be done to you, man. You're gonna see what the prophets are telling you, man, that everything that we say is gonna come to fruition, man. And in that day, and the day of thy power, hey, that people are gonna be willing, but it's gonna be too late, man. It's gonna be too late. This is chapter 9, 2 Ezra chapter 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. And we're seeing those times pass, man. We're seeing the American dollar being devalued day by day. We're seeing all these, the weak say we are strong. We see Russia getting those nuclear missiles and these other nations getting them. And that's fulfilling Joel, man, the 3rd chapter, Then thou shalt understand that this is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And we brothers, man, we see it, man. We see these scriptures talk to us, man. Through the Spirit of BAHASHAM, which allowed us to receive it, and we're seeing it being fulfilled, man, in our eyes. The mark of the beast, everything, man, everything's being fulfilled, and that's how we know that the time is at hand, man. The time is at hand that the Most High is going to visit this damn place, man.
Right, Connor. The scriptures speak about signs and wonders, man. You know, and I was telling the brothers earlier, man, like there's some snow fell in Russia, man, that was orange, man. You know, it looked like sand, you know, and some parts were was real dark brown. These are wonders, you know. I was also seeing on social media, man, how there was 150 whales, they got beached. You know what I mean? 150 whales got beached. You know, we know that the Lord creates evil and creates good. So who did that? The Heavenly Father, man. These are wonders and signs letting you know that the Lord passed by there, man. He passed through there and created death, or created a sign and a wonder to make people, you know, open up their eyes and see, like, you know, hey, I have power, you know, because, whether these Edomites want to, you know, believe it or not, or want to admit it, I should say, they know that the Heavenly Father exists, man. They know.
You know.
They know, man. They know that the Lord does these things, man. You know, you got students. You know, they walked out. Well, I'm gonna just read it right here. This is CNN. You know, it says aerial views show thousands of students across the U.S. walking out of their schools in protest, calling for action to end gun violence. So you got the scriptures speak about uproars of the people, man. Oh, come on, it's the spirit, man. So you got snow that is orange, man. You got 150 whales. There was also an article, maybe I can find it, but there was a bunch of fishes. You know what I'm saying? That came up on shore. They died like the whales. All right, these are wonders, man. These are signs, man. Uproars of the peoples, man. You know, students, children, kids, man. They're protesting. They're walking out of schools. When was that? The scriptures speak about a time never before on the earth. This is that time, man.
This is 2 Ezra 9:3. Therefore, when they shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spoke of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings in effect and signs. Hey man, that's what the brother was saying right now. Those are all signs.
I want to just bring this thing out. This is CNN. Thousands of dead starfish have washed up on a beach in the United Kingdom. It is believed, quote unquote, to be caused by freezing temperatures, man. Thousands of starfish. Look at these starfish. There's a bunch of starfish. You probably can't see it, man, but thousands of starfish, man. This is the Lord doing these things, man. Wonders, man.
Come on, man. And hey, the Lord commanded us to go out on the highways and byways and to do these videos and prophesy these things, man. You know, this was an order given unto us, man, to do this work, to increase our labor, to bring forth fruit, to look for the elect. And with that, I got 2 Corinthians 5:11 says, knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, because all the things that we were talking about, and that's the terror of the Lord, man. The calamities, the natural disasters, the fish on showing up on that beach and what, like thousands of them?
Thousands.
Yeah, knowing therefore the terror of the Lord. Hey, this is the terror of the Lord, man. This ain't what you call Mother Nature.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You white people, you Edomites, you atheists, you whatever, or 2/3 you call Mother Nature. This is the terror of the Lord coming upon the face of the earth, man. I'm gonna keep going. It says 2 Corinthians 5:11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. And those men that we are trying to persuade is the elect, the 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe, and which are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. But we are made manifest into Yahawah, and that's also made manifest in your consciousness, man. And so we try to get at you, man. We try to get at the elect, you know. The elect's gonna be opened up through this word. The elect's gonna be opened up through the men of the highways and byways, through these videos, man. You know, because that's how the majority of brothers got into this truth to begin with, man. Because we were searching and seeking for the right path, man. And the Spirit moved in us to seek out this thing. And we found it, you know, we said to ourselves, hey, this is it right here, man. You know, to the Spirit, YAHAWAHSHI, YAHAWAHSHI. Thank you, bro.
That's it, bro. I mean, the times I had, man, the times I had where the Most High is going to visit this place, man. Like, you got to get with the program or you're going to get left behind, man. You're going to get destroyed.
All right, and with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI. All right, double honors to the apostles, the great millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity, and keep on enduring, man, and keep praying. Your brothers have faith, and The scriptures say, neglect not the gift that was given to you by prophecy, man. So it's prophecy that, you know, the Lord's elect would be receiving this knowledge, man. So it's prophetic, it's spiritual what we're doing, man. So we must never forget that this is a spiritual thing. It's not carnal, man. And maintaining the spirit. With that, we want to say, Shalom.
Shalom.